What is up, everybody? Welcome to the 2019 Nick Hyde Memorial in Rockwall, Texas. This tournament is sponsored by Hyde Discs, and this coverage is brought to you by Wade's RV in Glenpool, Oklahoma. A bunch of great guys. They are off of Highway 75 down there if you guys need newer used RVs.
Yeah.
Be sure to visit their website, wadesrv.com. So we really appreciate those guys for helping us get out here. First card, feature card, round one is going to be Coda Hatfield. Surprise, surprise, making his way back on our coverage. We got Bradley Williams, Zackeriath Johnson also making his way back, and then we got Nate Perkins.
Yeah, first time on the coverage.
So, awesome card. Getting straight into it, this is hole one, par 3, 303 feet. They changed this from last year. The basket used to be up by the fence there, but they have tucked it in the woods here to the left, so it's really just a hyzer play, and you want to try and get it right in that gap, and you'll most likely have a putt. Yeah,
there's a couple gaps off the tee. You can go just left of those couple trees and kind of take the more straightforward route, or you can take the big hyzer. I like just going straight at it though.
Yeah. You do have to be careful of sawing it off though, because getting behind that is
not fun.
Not fun.
Not fun at all.
Yeah, the as you guys know, the wood or the rough here at Nick Hyde is ridiculous.
Yeah. And here we got Coda, sponsored by Westside Discs. He's just having a fantastic year. He's got I think 3 B-tier wins already.
Yeah.
Just doing big things.
Yep. He's been on just about every one of our film tournaments.
Yeah.
When we saw him on Nick Hyde, or when we found out that we were filming him, we were like, let's go.
It was only right.
Yeah.
And Bradley kind of saw this off a little bit. He's going to be in a tricky spot. He might have an over-the-top route, though.
Here is Zach.
Really just incredible with the forehand. Zach is.
He's got an awesome forehand. We actually filmed him at the Mohawk Park Open back in our hometown in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, he just throws low lasers, and they go a long way. Here we got Nate Perkins. This is looking really nice.
Yeah. That'll be about Circle's Edge, where he's at.
Yeah, and see, Bradley is kind of stuck over here. He's going to have to go over the top. It's a pretty doable play.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that action off the ground.
That's very well done from Bradley.
Sit.
Wow.
Please sit down. Okay.
That was a weird roll.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sticks and stuff, so I'm surprised that it caught that kind of roll. Here's Coda for 2.
Right on line, just a little bit short.
Yeah, just barely off the cage there.
That's a good first putt to have, though. Just kind of one that you're not really expected to make, but you can put a good run on it, and you can get your round going pretty well.
Yep. And Nate just leaving that one just a little bit left. First putt of the day, so I'm sure he's just trying to get that dialed in for the rest of the round.
Zach's in a really tricky spot here. Boom!
Great way to start the round from Zach.
Slow it back. Very nice.
Awesome. Great start from Zach there. And shout out to Matt Siri for having us out here.
Absolutely.
Just us being such a new production group, we're pretty mind blown being here and filming these guys.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
It's cool.
Yeah, Nate's he might have got some nerves going or something.
Yeah, I'd have rushed that just because it was a little short comebacker on the first hole. We'll have to tap in for bogey. And Coda tapping in for par. All right, hole 2. This is a par 4, 468 feet. Most of these guys will just be laying up out to this open side on the right side and just lay up for 3. It is very eagleable, but it has to you literally have to throw the perfect shot.
And you need a massive skip usually, because you got to keep it pretty low off the tee, and the hill does favor the skip though. So I mean, it's definitely possible to get down there for the eagle, but
yeah,
3's the most common play here.
It's just about hitting that initial gap, really.
Yeah,
it's so tight. There's Zach after a great birdie to start off the round.
That's got the perfect height.
And that is skipping up nicely.
Yeah, that's about as good as you can do, honestly.
Yeah.
Leave yourself with a chance for a putt, and you can be happy.
Yeah, he's going to be about maybe just inside the circle there.
Yeah.
Could be just inside or just outside.
And Coda's taking the really wide play, which I don't hate it.
Yeah, it's safe. And if you get a nice little roll like that, you'll have a putt.
I'm telling you, that hill helps you out a lot.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be Brad.
Been tearing up the Texas field for years now.
Yep.
He's got over 100 wins.
Yeah, 111, I think
it's pretty incredible having Coda and him on the card because they both are over 100, which is mind-boggling, but yeah.
They are consistent. Nate playing the safe play.
He gets eat up by a little grass there.
Yeah, it didn't get really a skip at all.
It's going to be kind of a tough upshot, too. It gets really touchy when you get down by the basket with that, because there's no grass down there, too.
Yeah.
You got to worry about the water.
And there's no, like, fence guarding from going into the water or anything.
This looks a little wide.
And, yeah, he'll be about 40 feet from there, maybe 45. Kind of a scary putt.
Yeah, Nate just kind of yanked that, held onto it for a little bit too long, and he's going to be left about circle's edge.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit farther.
Coda just laying up, playing smart. Didn't want to take a bogey on the first two holes.
Yeah.
So, smart play.
So here is Nate for 3.
Yep.
Just a little bit short. Online, though.
Here's Zach for 2 for the eagle.
Oh. You know he wanted that so bad.
Yeah. But he will tap in the birdie. I'll move him to 2 under par. Really good start from Zach here. And Bradley tapping out the par as well, along with Coda. All right, hole 3. This is a par 3, 396 feet. There is an OB fence slash baseball field lining along the left side. You really just wanted to get out a big hyzer. There is a creek right before the basket you can kind of use to catch the disc, but if you go behind the basket, you can take a pretty monstrous skip to the OB behind the cart path there, so you do kind of want to keep that in mind as well.
Yeah, and I say the biggest mistake on this hole is people kind of try to hyzer it a little bit too early. You really need to push it straight as far as possible and just let the natural flight fade down towards the basket.
Exactly.
If you're focused on just throwing a straight up hyzer, you're most likely going to be short.
And Zach gets the right distance, but gets on that backside of the hill and takes that monster skip I was talking about. He's going to be about 50 feet from the basket.
And this looks a little bit yanked.
Yeah, a little bit wide.
It's going to need some help.
And that needs a lot of help.
Oh, no. Oh!
Wow. He got incredibly lucky there. It caught the perfect edge to bring it back in bounds.
I wonder if he saw any of that happen.
No.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, he thought it was OB. Like, when he was walking up, he like looked at me and he was like, was that in? And I was like, yeah, you're good. He was like, wow.
Bradley throwing a beautiful looking shot.
Yep. Just needs to sit down.
That's fine.
Yep. Out of circle's edge putt from there.
And it's hard to get a disc to stick on a green like this where the basket's just sitting on a hill.
Mm-hmm. Nate just barely sawing that one off, and he's going to have a long putt for his birdie.
And this is a scary putt here. Oh, it needs to sit. Here's Bradley for 2.
Oh yeah.
That's a great putt.
Yep. He's got a very Macbeth style putt.
Right?
For sure.
Kind of like a really slow down and a pop up. Yeah. Really good looking putt.
Here is Coda. After the fortunate roll back in bounds.
And he's still got some work to do.
Yeah, that's the tester right there.
And
but
that's why he has over 100 wins, because he does some damage control like that.
Yep. His scramble game's insane.
Yeah.
Nate with a good par save. Zach leaving himself a little bit of a longer putt than he wanted, but cans it and saves the 3. All right, hole 4. This is a par 3, 372 feet. You're really just throwing a straight mid-range or fairway driver. You really just want it as straight as possible.
Yeah.
It carries downhill, so I mean,
the bailout area is definitely on the right side. You don't want to go left early because you got some trees to deal with, but you got some room on the right to kind of make some mistakes and get away with it.
And you definitely don't want to go long either, because those woods are not fun. And sometimes it takes like 2 shots to get out of there if you go pretty deep. How
about the thorns in there? I noticed that. Yeah, they're huge
thorns. Yeah.
It was like horns.
Literally.
And that is a park job.
Yeah, perfect shot from Bradley there. Here is Zach. That looks like it's turning a little bit too much. That's needing to fade.
Oh no.
Doesn't, and he's going to be down in that ditch, hanging out with the thorns.
Yeah, at least he's fairly close. He might be able to, kind of tough one out of there.
Throw a little tomahawk.
Yeah.
Here is Coda.
Kind of going with the little flex line. I like it.
And yeah, that's perfect. Checks up nicely right before the rough, and he'll have about a 25-foot putt. Here's Nate. That looks like it's coming back nicely. If it can avoid that tree, and it doesn't.
I feel like that early tree might have helped him out a little bit too, honestly.
Yeah.
Kind of kicked him left.
Oh, but a great putt for 2. Nice little hyzer around the tree.
Now he's getting that confidence back.
Awesome. That puts him back to even. Yeah, and here's Zach from inside. Oh, and finds a little route.
Yeah, beautiful out there.
Over the shrubbery.
Nice 2 there by Coda. And Coda's putting style, it almost looks like it'd be really hard to get a consistent release. But I mean, he obviously does just fine with it, Yeah.
I mean, as long as you keep repeating it, it's gonna be there. Just like walking. You're just.
That's true. You don't think about it.
You don't think about it. Not trying to time my heel to my toe.
No. And Bradley with a little tap in there for a birdie.
Yep. All right, hole 5. This is a par 3, 352 feet. This is a weird hole. There's a cart path along the right side. There also is a mando, so you do have to take this center gap. Most of these guys will be throwing a forehand out. It's hard to get all the way up to the basket with those trees on the left side, because oftentimes you'll find.
Well, it forces you to go right of it, and then then after that you gotta go straight. So it's really hard to get the angle right. And off the tee, you're really just trying to get out in the open.
Yep.
You're not really looking to park it. I mean, obviously these guys have the capability of doing that, but you don't want to get stuck down there.
No.
And I mean, even that's okay.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I'm not sure if that hit a tree or if he just laid that up, but yeah, that's 3 is absolutely fine on this hole. Coda putting out a nice shot, and it slides up underneath the pine tree there, and he'll have about a 50-60 foot putt for his 2. Nate just
kind of yanked it a little bit.
Yeah, released it late and found that early tree. And here's Zach.
And that thing was humming.
Yeah, it was. And yeah, like I said, that forehand, it's hard to get all the way up to the basket, but you can't complain about being out of the initial gap.
And look at this shot by Nate. What a recovery shot. Wow.
And that's why he's one of the better players in the world right there. Bradley going a little bit deep there, but he should be able to make that putt for 3. Zach giving this a run for 2, and just hyzers out a little bit too early. This was one of the few holes where there was a substantial amount of wind.
Yeah.
Really the entire round, honestly. It died pretty soon after this.
Yeah, the weather was fantastic.
It was
all
perfect.
day.
It was like 75 and sunny.
A little bit foggy in the morning, but that didn't really affect this card because this
like
was
the
a
criteria
2:45
that people
tee time.
use to describe perfect weather, it was.
Yeah.
Here is Bradley for a comebacker for 4. I believe we might have missed his putt for par, but he ended up just a little bit wide. And
yeah, definitely an unfortunate 4 there, considering he was pretty much in prime position to par it off the drive.
Here's Coda for his par.
Ooh, Lamb side.
And Zach tapping in for par. And a fantastic par from Nate there.
Oh yeah, that
his position.
Yeah, he flexed that forehand right around the tree, and yeah, perfect touch.
Really well done. All right, hole 6. This is a par 3, 333 feet. It is kind of shifts elevation, goes down and then back up about 250 feet down the fairway. Most of these guys will be throwing a big ante or a big forehand over the left side because there is no Mando here. So yeah, that's really play.
It's kind of funny. Whenever we do the drum fly through, we pick the fairway which we would throw as AMs, and then they do this.
Exactly. And this is looking good. Well,
yeah, it's not quite unstable enough.
Yeah, that faded out way too early, and he's gonna have a long look at his 2.
When you get it up that high, you got to get something just ridiculously flippy.
Mm-hmm.
And they taking the big forehand, which is kind of shocking, but he's got the power for it.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Probably about 40 feet short, maybe 30.
Here's Zach taking the same line, I'm assuming.
Oh, going low.
Fakes us out there and throws low.
And he paid for it.
Yeah, and it's just hard to get a skip up to the basket with coming into that hill at that angle. As you can see, it just stops it. So he'll have a long look for his 2, but I guess that's a safer forehand line.
Yeah. He's going to be down there by Nate, a little bit shorter.
Mm-hmm. A little creek there.
Ooh.
Just off the band.
Dirty looking run.
And Zach just a little bit too high on his putt. Here's Nate from about 40 feet.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Man, he's got that jump putt down right now.
Nate Perkins is one of the more confident putters on tour, or at least like watching it come out. Like
I agree.
You can tell he's like focused in and trying to hit his target. Like,
I agree.
He's not. It's not coming out with a wobble or anything like that. It's just like pure.
Nothing better than that perfectly clean release with like the perfect spiral, no wobble at all.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, that's just like the best feeling in disc golf, assuming it goes in.
Right. Here's Bradley for his 3. And he will stay at 1 under par. And we are on to hole 7. This is a par 3, 367 feet. It's got some elevation change similar to the last hole. It kind of carries downhill for a little bit and then shifts upwards. 4 hands in play here. You could throw a roller, too.
Roller's actually a pretty good play because, like, with that uphill coming up towards those low-hanging trees, it's so hard to hit that gap, you know? It's hard to get the height right, so the roller's actually a pretty good play.
Yeah. You can also throw a straight fairway driver or a distance driver through the right gap there as well.
Yeah, Nate just kind of, just a little too low.
Yeah. Here's Coda.
Oh, roller.
Going with that roller line. Not surprised to see that.
Yeah, Coda's one of the best roller throwers out there.
Yeah, he's very precise with them. He just knows his discs really well.
I mean, he'll throw a roller with, like, surrounding OB around the green.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just total confidence with it.
Here's Zach trying to compensate for Nate's throw.
Oh, that was looking so good.
And he looks like he overcompensated that.
That's what's so hard about this hole. Like, that looked like the perfect drive. And just a couple feet too high.
Mm-hmm. Here's Bradley putting a nice shot up there. And
beautiful shot.
Yeah. He'll be, I believe, just outside the circle from there. Good up shot from Zach. And that, where Nate's standing, is so muddy.
Oh, I remember that.
It is like swamp muddy.
Yeah, whenever we played that, that's exactly where I was, and I was not expecting it.
I'm sure he was like sinking on his putt.
Slowly sliding down.
Ooh! Oh, and Coda with a dirty birdie there.
Ooh. Tweet, tweet.
From about 50 feet, and
I love Coda's reactions to big putts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he gets so into it.
Yeah, he gets pumped. Great putt by Coda there. And with that putt, he's actually going to take the lead. Sitting at 3 under par. Here's Bradley for birdie.
Just a little bit too wide. Didn't quite get the hyzer at the end.
And a good par from Nate Perkins.
Yeah, I'm curious how many rollers were thrown on this hole. One, maybe?
Just one. Yeah, Coda. It might be the only one. Well, maybe someone like Eagle or something would be confident enough to throw a roller on this hole. All right, hole 8. This is a par 3, 372 feet. It's fairly open, aside from the pine trees to the left and the right of the tee pad. But if you can get something out through the gap dead straight, you're most likely going to have an inside the circle putt. There is also kind of a flex forehand line around the left side as well, but which we might see that with Nate Perkins and Zach on the card.
Yeah, I say this is one of the easier holes out here. Definitely a must get.
Yeah.
Still a pretty challenging hole, but I mean this course is not easy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all. You just gotta miss those trees and should be in the circle.
Perfect shot from Coda. This is looking like a great shot from Nate as well, and squeaks right past those little trees, and he is parked. We'll be able to tap in a birdie from there. Zach,
that looks a little high.
Yeah, unless he was going for a higher line.
Nah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the good thing is, I mean, those trees are only about 50, 60 feet short of the basket, so I mean, you can still put a good run on it.
Yep. Brad keeping it nice and low.
Oh, yeah.
And this is looking money.
Might have been a mid-range, so that landed pretty softly.
CTP.
Yeah, he had those branches in the way, couldn't quite get the height on there.
Yeah. Here's Coda for 2. Oh, yeah.
He's feeling it. Heating up.
4 down through 8. Hopefully he can keep this going. And Bradley for 2.
Ooh. Almost popped back out there.
Yeah.
We saw Eagle on one of the backup holes. We saw him have one like that that just came right back at him.
Yeah, those are brutal.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, he might have, put a little bit too much on it, but still. They're frustrating.
Catch, All right, hole 9. This is a par 5, 858 feet. This is a monster of a hole.
This is the hardest hole out here, in my opinion.
It's hard. Basically, you're wanting to throw something. You can throw a driver or a mid just straight down the gut, and you want to get to this area where, ideally, where we're standing right here, and then you want to get to this opening here, and then the basket is up this little ridge here and about 200 feet back.
And there is a mando tree on the left right there.
Yeah,
so
there's a double mando, so
yes.
You can't really go over the top with a big ante or anything like that.
Yeah, but I'd say that second shot is equally as hard as the drive.
Oh yeah,
if not harder.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you get at the bottom of that wall, I mean, you can't even see the basket.
No.
You're just kind of guessing from there.
Yeah. This is looking like a really good shot from Coda.
Except it's pushing that line of trees, and that's going to be very difficult.
He's gone a little bit too far there. And Nate going with the safe play.
I like that play.
Taking that left side, and he should have a pretty open look on his second shot.
Yeah, it's ideal. Oh, Bradley's going forehand here. Needs to get some hyzer though.
Real safe. He's gonna be way up the hill.
Yeah, it's
and a little bit further back than he would want, but he'll have a pretty good look from there.
And Zach is going huge.
And that looks like it might be fading a little bit too early. And it does, and he's gonna be.
He might have to lay up for the layup.
Yeah, yeah. What's he thinking here?
He should
be
thinking, just don't go in the rough. But it's a pretty difficult task from where he was at. Bradley's going to try to go over it all, but kind of clip some branches.
Yeah.
He's in the open
though.
Yeah, he's in the open.
Yeah, and that's actually a really good shot. There's Nate wanting to get it a little bit higher.
And sometimes it does kind of skip up and they can get over that hill, but it's pretty rare.
Yep. Here is Coda throwing an overhand.
Wow.
Wow. He's gonna have about an 80-foot look for eagle.
That's about as good of a look as you could possibly have.
Yeah.
For your eagle.
That's a guaranteed birdie for sure. Here's Brad.
Ooh.
Scaring the basket on the right side there.
Yeah, when the Nova's in Bradley's hands, it's guaranteed to be within like 10 feet.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
I didn't even see that from where I was at.
Yeah, that hit cage.
Wow. Really wishing that went in. Could have get good bid, but
yeah,
just a little bit right.
This is Coda for his birdie. Move him to 5 under par. Man, he's killing it.
Is that 3 in a row or something?
Yeah. Yeah, he is killing it. And a good par save from Zach from where he was at. He was way back on his drive.
Yes.
No complaints there.
Do you think it's kind of a soft par 5? Do you think it should be a par 4 or no?
This? No.
No,
definitely
okay.
not. I'd say it's a legit par 5. I mean, 858 feet. It carries right, and it's
plenty of
hard.
stuff in the way.
Plenty of stuff in the way. Yeah, it's a legit par 5. All right. Well, that is going to conclude the front 9 of the 2019 Nick Hyde Memorial. So far, Coda is just killing it. He's 5 down through 9 holes. Bradley, Nate Perkins, 2 strokes back, and then we got Zach at 3 strokes back. So we will see how these guys do on this back 9.
Yeah, if you guys enjoyed, you can check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and we'll see you guys soon.
Yep, see y'all on the back 9.